Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, have you ever felt lost in life? Have you ever woken up in the morning dreading the day ahead, unsure of your purpose, feeling as if your work is meaningless? If so, you are not alone. Millions of people struggle with this very question: why am I here? Does my work even matter? Today I want to share with you a message inspired by one of the greatest evangelists of our time, Billy Graham, a message that can change how you see your work forever. Billy Graham often emphasized that work should not be viewed merely as a job or a way to make money, but as a calling from God. Many people struggle with finding meaning in their work, believing that only pastors, missionaries, or church leaders are truly doing God's work. However, the Bible teaches that all work, when done with the right heart and purpose, is valuable in God's eyes. When we see work as a calling rather than just a means of survival, everything changes: our perspective, our motivation, and our level of fulfillment. One of the most powerful scriptures on this topic is Colossians 3:23, which says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." This verse reminds us that our work is not just about pleasing a boss, earning a salary, or gaining recognition. Instead, it is an opportunity to serve God regardless of our profession. Whether someone is a teacher, a doctor, a janitor, or an entrepreneur, their work has meaning when they do it with a heart focused on God. Billy Graham often spoke about how work, when seen through a spiritual lens, becomes more than just a daily grind. It becomes an act of worship. When people approach their jobs with a sense of divine purpose, they find joy and fulfillment, even in tasks that may seem small or insignificant. The difference lies in the attitude with which they work. A person who believes they are fulfilling a God-given calling in their job will work with more enthusiasm, patience, and dedication than someone who sees their work as just another obligation. Throughout the Bible, we see examples of individuals who found purpose in their work because they saw it as a calling rather than just a job. Joseph, for example, was sold into slavery and worked as a servant in Egypt, yet he remained faithful and diligent. Even when falsely accused and thrown into prison, he continued to serve with excellence, eventually rising to a position of great influence. His story demonstrates that when we trust God and remain faithful in our work, even difficult or unwanted jobs can lead to greater opportunities and blessings. Similarly, Jesus himself worked as a carpenter before beginning his public ministry. For years he engaged in manual labor, demonstrating that all types of work have value. His example shows us that no matter what profession we are in, we can honor God by working with integrity, dedication, and love. He never viewed his work as meaningless, but instead used every moment as an opportunity to glorify God. When people shift their mindset from working for money or status to working for a higher purpose, they find deeper satisfaction. Instead of feeling drained and unfulfilled, they begin to see their work as an opportunity to contribute positively to the world. A teacher, for example, may realize they are shaping the next generation. A mechanic may see their job as a way to help others get to work safely. A business owner may view their company as a means to provide jobs and serve the community. When people see the bigger picture of their work, it transforms how they approach their daily tasks. One of the most powerful reminders of this is found in Colossians 3:23, which says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." This verse makes it clear that work is not merely about impressing a boss, earning a promotion, or gaining recognition. Instead, it is an opportunity to worship God through diligence, excellence, and integrity. When a person shifts their mindset to see work as service to God, they will find deeper meaning and motivation in what they do. Billy Graham often reminded people that their workplace is a mission field. Regardless of the industry, every job provides a chance to reflect Christ's love, patience, and character. The way a person treats their coworkers, handles challenges, and responds to difficult situations can serve as a testimony of their faith. People are always watching, and when they see someone working with joy, integrity, and purpose, it can inspire them to seek God. Even in difficult workplaces, an employee who serves with love and faithfulness can make a powerful impact. Work also provides an opportunity to demonstrate Christian values. Honesty, kindness, humility, and perseverance are all qualities that reflect God's character. When an employee refuses to engage in gossip, remains truthful even when dishonesty is easier, or shows compassion to a struggling coworker, they are serving God through their actions. In this way, a workplace can become a place of ministry, where people see the love of Christ through daily interactions. Another important aspect of serving God through work is doing it with excellence. Throughout the Bible, God calls his people to work hard and be faithful in their responsibilities. In Proverbs 22:29, it says, "Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings, they will not serve before obscure men." This verse highlights the idea that God honors diligence and excellence. Whether someone is a teacher, a doctor, a cashier, or an engineer, doing their job to the best of their ability is a way of honoring God. Excellence in work is not about seeking personal recognition, but about showing that everything is done for a higher purpose. Billy Graham also emphasized that work is an opportunity to serve others, not just God. Many people see their jobs as a way to benefit themselves, but the Bible teaches that work should also be about helping others. A teacher serves students by helping them learn and grow. A nurse serves patients by caring for their health. A business owner serves the community by providing jobs and valuable products. Every profession has the potential to make a positive impact. When a person works with the mindset that they are serving God by serving others, they find more joy and fulfillment in their job. Even when work is challenging, believers are called to remain faithful. There are times when a job feels frustrating, unfair, or exhausting. But even in those moments, God can use work to teach patience, perseverance, and trust in his plan. The story of Joseph in the Bible is a perfect example of this. Though he was sold into slavery and later imprisoned, he remained diligent and faithful in every position he held. Because he worked with excellence and trusted God, he was eventually elevated to a place of great influence. This story reminds us that God can use even difficult job situations for his greater purpose. Billy Graham's teachings encouraged people to view their work as a form of worship and service to God. When people see their jobs as more than just a means of making money, they find a greater sense of purpose. Their work becomes an opportunity to shine God's light, impact lives, and glorify him in all that they do. This perspective transforms even the most routine or difficult tasks into acts of faith and devotion. Billy Graham often emphasized that God does not only call pastors, missionaries, or church leaders to do his work. He calls ordinary people from all walks of life. Throughout history, God has used farmers, fishermen, shepherds, and tax collectors to accomplish his divine purposes. This truth reminds us that no matter what job a person holds, they can still be an instrument of God's work in the world. One of the most powerful examples of God using ordinary people can be found in the calling of the disciples. Jesus did not seek out scholars or religious leaders to become his closest followers. Instead, he chose fishermen like Peter, James, and John, men who spent their days casting nets and working hard to provide for their families. These were ordinary individuals with no special training in theology, yet Jesus saw their potential. He told them in Matthew 4:19, "Come, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." This transformation shows that God can take any profession and use it for a greater purpose. These men who once caught fish for a living became the ones who spread the gospel across the world. Another great example is David. He was just a young shepherd when God called him to be king of Israel. At the time, he was overlooked and underestimated, even by his own family. Yet because of his faithfulness in the small things, caring for sheep, protecting them from danger, and trusting God, he was prepared for the greater work that lay ahead. His story teaches us that even the simplest jobs can be preparation for a bigger purpose. No task is too small when done with faithfulness and excellence. Billy Graham also reminded people that influence is not about having a grand platform. A single act of kindness in the workplace, an encouraging word to a struggling coworker, or a demonstration of patience and honesty can be a powerful testimony. Many people may never step inside a church, but they will witness the love of God through the actions of their Christian coworkers. In this way, every workplace becomes a mission field, and every job becomes an opportunity to reflect the light of Christ. God does not require people to be perfect or highly skilled before he can use them. He simply asks for a willing heart. Those who trust him, work with diligence, and seek to honor him in their jobs will find that their ordinary work can have extraordinary impact. Billy Graham's message serves as a reminder that no matter what job a person holds, they can be part of something greater than themselves, God's divine plan. Billy Graham often emphasized the importance of integrity and excellence in the workplace. He believed that the way people conduct themselves in their jobs is a reflection of their faith and values. In a world where shortcuts, dishonesty, and mediocrity are common, standing out as a person of integrity and excellence can be a powerful testimony of one's faith. When people commit to doing their work with honesty and diligence, they not only honor God but also build a reputation of trust and reliability among their colleagues, employers, and customers. Integrity means being honest and ethical in all aspects of work. It means refusing to cut corners, even when no one is watching. Proverbs 10:9 says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." This verse highlights the long-term benefits of integrity. While dishonesty might bring temporary success, it ultimately leads to failure. In contrast, those who work with integrity build a strong foundation that will sustain them through the ups and downs of life. Excellence in work means doing the best possible job, regardless of whether the task is big or small. Billy Graham often spoke about the importance of giving one's best effort, no matter what the job may be. He reminded people that their work is not just about pleasing human bosses, but about serving God. Colossians 3:23 states, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." This verse teaches that excellence is a form of worship. When people put their heart into their work, they are honoring God with their efforts. There are many biblical examples of individuals who demonstrated integrity and excellence in their work. One of the most well-known is Daniel. As a young man, Daniel was taken to Babylon and placed in a high-ranking position under King Darius. Despite being in a foreign land with different customs and beliefs, Daniel refused to compromise his values. He remained honest, hardworking, and faithful to God. His integrity was so strong that even his enemies could not find fault in him. As a result, he was promoted to a position of great influence. Daniel's story teaches that when people commit to integrity and excellence, they earn respect and are positioned for greater opportunities. Another example is Joseph, who was sold into slavery in Egypt. Even though he was placed in difficult circumstances, he worked with excellence, and as a servant in Potiphar's house, he was so trustworthy that he was put in charge of everything. Later, when he was wrongfully imprisoned, he continued to work diligently and was given responsibility over other prisoners. Eventually, his faithfulness led him to become the second most powerful man in Egypt. Joseph's life proves that integrity and excellence can lead to success, even in the most challenging situation. Billy Graham believed that Christians should be known for their strong work ethic. He often warned against laziness and complacency, reminding people that God expects his followers to work hard and make the most of their talents. Proverbs 13:4 states, "The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied." This verse highlights the importance of diligence. Success and fulfillment come not from ignorance, but from consistent effort and a commitment to doing one's best. Integrity and excellence also build trust. In the workplace, people gravitate toward those who are honest, responsible, and reliable. Employers seek out employees they can depend on. Customers return to businesses that operate with integrity. Colleagues respect coworkers who are hardworking and fair. A person's reputation is often built on how they handle their daily responsibilities. Those who consistently demonstrate integrity and excellence become valuable assets in any environment. Another important aspect of excellence is the willingness to keep learning and growing. Billy Graham encouraged people to continually develop their skills and knowledge. He believed that personal growth not only benefits the individual, but also allows them to serve others more effectively. When a person is committed to lifelong learning, they bring more value to their work and become better equipped to handle challenges and opportunities. Billy Graham's teachings remind people that work is more than just a means of earning a living. It is an opportunity to demonstrate character, reflect faith, and positively impact others. Those who approach their work with integrity and excellence will not only find success in their career, but will also leave a lasting legacy of trust and respect. Billy Graham often emphasized that work is not just about personal success or financial gain. It is an opportunity to serve others. Every profession, no matter how big or small, has the potential to make a positive impact on people's lives. When individuals shift their focus from working solely for themselves to working with the goal of serving others, they find deeper meaning and fulfillment in what they do. One of the greatest commandments Jesus gave was to love our neighbors as ourselves. This principle applies to every area of life, including work. Whether someone is a teacher, a doctor, a mechanic, or a cashier, their job gives them the chance to help others in some way. A teacher shapes young minds, giving students knowledge and guidance. The person a doctor cares for patients, easing their pain and saving lives. A mechanic ensures people can travel safely. A cashier greets customers and makes their shopping experience smooth. No matter what the job, it provides an opportunity to make someone's life better. Jesus himself provided the greatest example of serving others through work. Before beginning his public ministry, he worked as a carpenter. He built and repaired things with his hands, likely serving many people in his community. Even in his ministry, Jesus focused on meeting people's needs, healing the sick, feeding the hungry, and comforting the brokenhearted. His entire life was dedicated to service, showing that no act of kindness or help is too small. Colossians 3:23 reminds us, Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. When people see their jobs as a way to serve God by serving others, their work takes on a higher purpose. Instead of simply going through the motions, they approach each task with a heart of kindness, patience, and excellence. They become more patient with difficult customers, more understanding with coworkers, and more willing to go the extra mile to help someone in need. Serving others through work also means showing honesty and integrity in every interaction. People trust those who are fair, kind, and reliable. A business that treats customers with respect and honesty builds a strong reputation. An employee who is dependable and hardworking earns the respect of their coworkers and supervisors. These qualities not only make workplaces better, but also reflect God's character. Another way work serves others is by creating opportunities for growth and development. A leader in the workplace has the chance to mentor and guide employees, helping them reach their full potential. A business owner provides jobs, allowing others to support their families. Even in roles that seem small, encouragement and support can make a big difference in someone's life. Proverbs 3:5-9-6 states, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." This verse reminds us that God's wisdom is greater than our own. There are times when career paths take unexpected turns, job losses, failed business ventures, missed opportunities, but God's plan is never shaken. Even when things do not go as expected, trusting in God's direction, ensuring that every experience is part of a bigger purpose. One of the greatest examples of trusting God with work and the future, he had dreams of greatness, but his journey was filled with setbacks. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned, he could have easily lost hope. However, Joseph remained faithful and continued to do his work with diligence, even in difficult situations. Eventually, God elevated him to a position of great influence as the second in command of Egypt. His story is a powerful reminder that God is always at work, even when circumstances seem unfair or uncertain. Billy Graham also encouraged people to pray about their work and career choices. Prayer is a way of seeking God's wisdom and direction. James 1:5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." When people include God in their career decisions, they receive clarity, peace, and confidence in the paths they choose. Whether making a big career move, starting a business, or facing challenges at work, seeking God's guidance brings reassurance that they are not alone in their journey. Another important lesson is learning to be patient and trust in God's timing. Many people become frustrated when they do not receive a promotion or when their career progress seems slow. However, Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." God's timing is perfect, and he prepares people for greater things in ways they may not immediately understand. Every job challenge and delay serves a purpose in shaping character, skills, and faith. Trusting God with work also means being content and grateful in all circumstances. Philippians 4:12 says, "I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength." When people stop comparing their careers to others and focus on what God has given them, they experience greater joy and satisfaction. Every job, no matter how small, is an opportunity to serve and grow. Billy Graham often reminded people that work is not just about personal gain, but about fulfilling God's purpose. When people surrender their careers to him, they no longer live in fear or uncertainty. Instead, they move forward with confidence, knowing that God is leading them towards something greater. Even when work feels challenging or uncertain, faith in God's plan provides peace and strength to persevere. Billy Graham often spoke about the importance of overcoming challenges and disappointments in the workplace with faith and perseverance. In any career, there will be moments of struggle, whether it's dealing with difficult coworkers, facing job loss, feeling undervalued, or experiencing failure. However, rather than allowing these obstacles to create bitterness or discouragement, people can choose to trust God and grow through their challenges. The Bible teaches that trials are a part of life, and that God uses them to strengthen and shape individuals. James 1:2-4 states, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This verse reminds us of even workplace struggles serve a purpose. They refine character, build resilience, and develop a deeper reliance on God. One of the greatest examples of perseverance in the face of adversity is Job. He lost his wealth, health, and family, yet he
refused to turn away from God. Though he did not understand why he was suffering, he remained faithful. In the end, God restored what he had lost and blessed him, even more than before. Job's story is a powerful reminder that no challenge is beyond God's control. Even when work situations seem hopeless, God can bring restoration and new opportunities. Another key to overcoming workplace challenges is trusting God's plan. Even when doors close, losing a job or missing out on a promotion can feel devastating, but often these moments lead to better opportunities. Isaiah 43:19 states, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness, and streams in the wasteland." Sometimes God allows setbacks to redirect people towards something greater, rather than dwelling on disappointment. Individuals can use these moments to seek God's guidance and prepare for new beginnings. Workplace difficulties can also serve as lessons in faith and perseverance. The story of Joseph demonstrates this truth. Despite being sold into slavery, wrongfully imprisoned, and forgotten by those he helped, he remained diligent and faithful. Eventually, God elevated him to a position of great power in Egypt. Joseph's journey shows that patience and trust in God can turn even the worst situations into incredible blessings. Billy Graham reminded people that challenges at work are temporary, but the lessons learned from them have lasting value. Instead of viewing difficulties as obstacles, they should be seen as opportunities to grow in faith, develop character, and strengthen resilience. Those who remain steadfast and trust in God's plan will find that even the hardest moments can lead to greater blessings and purpose. Billy Graham often emphasized that true success is not measured by wealth, status, or power, but by a life lived in alignment with God's purpose. Many people chase after promotions, bigger salaries, and recognition, believing that these things will bring happiness and fulfillment. However, no amount of worldly success can satisfy the soul if a person is not living for something greater than themselves. Real success comes from using one's work to serve others, honor God, and make a lasting impact that goes beyond material achievements. Jesus taught in Matthew 6:19-21, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." This verse reminds us that earthly achievements are temporary. Money can be lost, jobs can change, and fame can fade, but the impact a person makes on others and their relationship with God are eternal. One of the most important aspects of true success is finding joy and contentment in one's work. Many people believe that happiness comes only after reaching a certain goal, getting a better job, earning more money, or achieving a specific milestone. However, Ecclesiastes 2:24 states, "A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil." This too, I see, is from the hand of God. This verse teaches that contentment is not about achieving more, but about recognizing the value in one's work and trusting that God has placed them in their current position for a reason. Success, according to Billy Graham, is about living with integrity, making a difference, and trusting in God's plan. It is not about how much money a person makes or how high they climb in their career, but about how well they love, serve, and honor God through their work. When individuals focus on these things, they discover a success that is richer and more rewarding than anything the world can offer. Billy Graham's teachings remind us that work is more than just making a living. It is a calling, a way to serve others, and an opportunity to honor God. Whether facing challenges, striving for excellence, or seeking direction, faith plays a crucial role in shaping our perspective on work. True fulfillment does not come from wealth, status, or recognition, but from living with integrity, working with purpose, and trusting in God's plan. When we view our jobs as a way to reflect our faith and positively impact others, work becomes a source of joy and meaning, rather than stress and frustration. No matter the profession or position, those who commit to serving others, persevering through difficulty, in seeking God's guidance, will find success that lasts beyond this world. In the end, the greatest reward is not material gain, but the satisfaction of knowing that our work has been done with faith, excellence, and a heart devoted to God's greater purpose.